Agent Carter. This is the next installment of kind of my Marvel TV show reviews I've been doing lately. I did all the Marvel Netflix stuff, and so I wanted to do Agent Carter and then do the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season by season. This show is really good. It ended very abruptly, but this is a pretty good show. Basically, the concept of this show is that Peggy Carter, we follow her after the Captain America original movies with Chris Evans, not the Sam Wilson stuff, and so the show takes place in like the 40s and the 50s, I guess. Was it the 40s? Well, it's World War II, but like I think it branches into the 50s a little bit. Could be mistaken. Anyways, point is, this show takes place in the past of the MCU. And so Peggy Carter kind of teams up with Stark, and they deal with spy espionage type stuff and taking down threats. This show is pretty solid. I think this show could have gone on a lot longer than it did because there's so much interesting stuff here to explore. First of all, this was kind of when the MCU was just starting out. And this is such an interesting idea to explore, especially now thinking about the MCU, where a show set in the past then doesn't even touch any of the MCU movies. The only thing it does touch is that you see Howard Stark, which is a character obviously mentioned in the Iron Man movies, but of course, since he's dead by the time those movies take place, he's not really brought up too much. It has its tie-ins to the Captain America movies, obviously, but it's set in the past in a very standalone, easy-to-watch show. And honestly, this is how I think Marvel should have kind of thought about doing their shows, is taking at characters or time periods that aren't being explored in the MCU, throw that setting in there, and make an easy-to-watch show like this. This is a spy espionage type show with a female lead who was a real well-established character in the Marvel movies with a great actress. Haley Atwell's great. And it's just so cool seeing Howard Stark and actually exploring who that character is, the stuff that he deals with. Um, and I think that is really great stuff. And the way they explore the time period, it just feels like a fun show to watch, and without it really ever really feeling like it's connected to the Marvel movies to such a degree that it's irritating. Some of the Marvel shows really felt that way at times, but this one doesn't. And this is kind of what I've heard Kevin Feige talk about he wants to go back to. I think that's a really smart play because these shows were interesting. I think this show got canceled, unfortunately. I just think that I don't know how, I don't know exactly why, but it is kind of sad because it only ran for 18 episodes, not even 20 episodes, but it was a good show. It did what it needed to do, and it was pretty enjoyable. As for flaws with the show, I guess I will say Peggy's a little bit of a stagnant character because she's a beautiful woman, a very intelligent woman, has all these attractive features, and so obviously a lot of men in this time period are hitting on her. And because she's loyal to Steve, loyal to that person, missing him, obviously, it just gets to a point where I'm like, okay, you're not really going anywhere with these characters, but I'm seeing enough of this. And this happened in multiple episodes of the show where I'm like, he's flirting with you. We know it's not going to go anywhere. It's so it I don't want to say the intention was to be sexist with some of those plot lines, but it comes across that way because it's just dudes flirt with her and she's clearly not interested, and then they kept doing it multiple times. It felt like definitely at points those kind of shows where you can tell, oh, that's written by a man and not a woman. And shows that are written by men, starring women, tend to have those kind of issues sometimes. Sometimes you can get a really good writer who's able to really make it work, like Joss Whedon's work on Buffy. I know he's kind of not fun to talk about, and we're not supposed to mention him, but I figured I'd throw that out there because I don't know. But yeah, it's a good show. I recommend it if you've never seen the show, because I definitely think there's a lot of people who have not seen the show. All the episodes are on Disney Plus, of course. And next month we will start talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm really excited to do that because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a show that I watched one season of, dropped off, and never finished, and then it ended up running for like 7 seasons. So I'm curious what I will think of it as now instead of when it was like 12 and watching it.